So most people are unsuccessful at a thing, doesn't matter what it is, right? So, but what happens is new therapists come into these like Facebook groups, right? Or, they speak to experienced therapists. And just because a therapist is experienced does not mean they know about business and success and getting clients, right? And then they listen to these therapists who say things like, Groupon sucks. The customers are just discount shoppers. Never do Groupon. I had a horrible experience with it. And then you have a few who are like, dude, I freaking crushed it with Groupon, right? But what happens is we listen to the majority who fail at the thing, instead of listening to successful people. That's like me listening to my mom about business. She has nothing, like when she's like, are you hiring people? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, what about the taxes, Michael? I mean, are you like, you got to be? I'm like, Mom, you don't know about business. Like, I'm not going to take your advice.
Yeah, I know. I've had my fair share. I'll use my dad for example. When I was telling him I was going out on my own, old school baby boomer generation, he's like, no, it's not the right move. No guaranteed money, this and that. I was like, all right, you know what? You ain't looking too happy right now. I think it's time for me to take
let me talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm talking to somebody, as soon as I start getting some sort of negativity, I'm like, all right, we're moving on from this because I'm not going to let you like bring down my energy about my dreams,
Exactly.
Now, there's experienced people who are good at a thing or have good advice, and it can be constructive criticism about a thing, right? Like, absolutely. I'm giving in this course, right? I didn't say everything about Groupon was positive. I gave out a lot of negatives, right?
You did.
But how to overcome those negatives is what I'm trying to focus on. So keep going. So you went through the course. What are your thoughts about it?
I think it answered a lot of questions, and you made some really good points I don't think other therapists are considering. If you're anything like me and a lot of business owners, you don't have a lot of residual income coming in. Right. So you do not, the last thing you want to do, especially in a city like Seattle and Bellevue, is sit around twiddling your thumbs. You have to have residual coming in, even if it's at a discounted price, to cover your overhead, to cover your rent. So you're able to sleep at night,
Yeah, that's one of the things that, dude, when I hear therapists, I've made videos about this, when I hear them say, you should never discount your prices. And then you got to pay attention to what they say, right? Because they always say, never discount your prices. I used to discount my prices, and then this is what I found out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they skip the fact that they used to discount their prices to get to where they are, to where they found out a certain thing. They had to go through that to get here to this new knowledge, this new experience, right? And it's bad advice, because what are you going to do? You got an 8-hour day that you're ready to be booked, and you're booked 1 hour. So, sorry, I have a client that wants to call, but no, I'm not going to give you $20 off, because I'm not taking 60 instead of 80, because that would just be disrespectful to my business.
Exactly.
So make zero then,
Well, that's the thing. It's not feasible. Some of us got family fees. We got extensive bills to pay. And one thing that I realized was, before I was working with the chiropractor, I was at Massage Envy and Hand and Stone. I don't know if you guys got them down in Vegas.
Yeah, we
kind
do.
of like, yeah, those kind of spots. The pay's not that great, Mike.
No.
The pay is not that great. I'm gonna be real. And if you really think about it, with that discount you're giving with Groupon, you're actually making more per hour than you are working part-time or full-time out of spot, and it's going to your business. This is what people don't understand. Why can you show up for somebody else's business, but you can't invest in yourselves? It's so easy to put in work for somebody else, but you can't do it for yourself. Come on, guys.
Ooh, let's go, Ali. That's what I'm talking about.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, if your manager or your supervisor said, hey, I want you to go out and promote the business, but you're getting paid an hourly rate, you're going to go do it, right?
15 bucks an hour.
But you can't buy some cards and, stand outside and interact with people and bring them into your business. Come on, that's setting yourself up for failing. It's scary. I don't like talking to people personally on that level, because I don't like being vulnerable. but it has to be done. You have a naked body on your table. They're vulnerable, so you have to be vulnerable yourself.
I like that, man. I like
You
that.
know?
Yeah, and that's why I tell whenever I bring on a new therapist, I usually start up a Groupon campaign. I don't have any Groupons running at the moment because
Yeah,
we don't need it. We got Facebook ads out, we got other forms of marketing out there, organic marketing, Instagram ads, referrals, all that stuff. But if I brought on a new therapist right now, I would totally start up a Groupon campaign
and
because
it
of the
works.
system. Yeah, the system that I go over in the course, I teach all my new therapists that. I mean, it's one of the reasons I even put it out there. Like I originally created this for my therapists. So when they come in, I teach them the system, and then they start building their clients, and they can have consistent business coming in when they have this Groupon campaign running. Now, they're only going to be making $20 an hour off the Groupon. I don't make anything off the Groupon when I run it because I give them the whole pay, whatever's coming in for that. But I know that down the line, if they can retain these clients, we're both going to be making more money. So,
Exactly.
but I think a lot of therapists, we get that, not just therapists, people in general, that short-term mindset. This is where a lot of therapists fail. I don't want to give up $40 right now, in hopes to gain 1,000 later.
Exactly.
You
Well, as you mentioned, it's free advertisement. It's not hurting you in any type of way. The only thing that's hurting you is sitting at your office or sitting at home trying to find a way to get clients in. You literally sign up, put your business out there, and you get instant results, instant return. You're not giving anything away. You're just allowing people to get to know you. And once you start bringing in your clientele, you don't have to run the ads anymore. Like you said, when you get a new therapist, once they get filled up, you take the ad down, right? It's as simple as that. It's a very simple matter. And if you could just swallow your pride for 6 months, you're going to be booming real fast.
And that's a good point, because there is a time where Groupon is no longer worth it. Right? There is a time where I'm busy enough that I would rather have an empty spot than to get $25 or $30 from Groupon. Absolutely, there's a time. But in the beginning, when you're starting out your business and you don't have a ton of money for marketing in other places, I'll take the $20 or $30 because I need some sort of revenue coming in this moment.
Right.
Because I have 6 open spots and not just one.
That's what I'm saying.
So, or the time to stop doing it is when you're a Groupon person just booked, and then you got 3 other regular price clients calling. That's when you're like, okay, I can't be taking $30 when I just and pass up on this 100 that could have been there, because now I have overflow. Now I have people calling for spots that aren't available.
Exactly.
And that's when you could start. I mean, you could shut it off at that point. I don't think that it's something that you need to do all the time, but it's an amazing tool to start out your business in the beginning.
So my question for you is, with your success going through trial and error, what are other therapists scared of? What are they doing wrong with Groupon when they run those ads?
Bro, I put all that in the course,
Yeah.
So, one, I mean, obviously the biggest thing is they're not asking them to rebook, like pretty much never. I don't know if you've been to other massage therapists, who are solo or whatever. I've literally never been to one where they're like, hey, let's get your next appointment scheduled, ever. Not once.
And I had that issue because I was scared to ask people to rebook, or I didn't know how to. That's why I reached out to you and bought your chair massage course alongside the Groupon course, in order to find out how to rebook people, because simply asking when can you come back, that's not going to work. They got massage brain. They're not thinking. Give them that timeline and proceed from there. It's either a yes or a no. And chances are, a day or 2 after the treatment, depending, they'll start to feel better and they're going to call you. Or they'll already be on your books if you did it correctly.
But there's a bunch of reasons why clients are not coming back. And I've heard it all from clients who come and see us. I usually ask, well, why aren't you going to why haven't you, what's wrong? Why haven't you found a therapist yet? And so they'll give me the reasons. Oh, the massage wasn't good. Like most places, this is the issue. One of the issues in our field is massage is super subjective.
It
Number
is
one.
very, 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 yes.
It is to a point. Okay. There are tons of things that you can do to give yourself a much better chance that the client is going to like your massage. Because what I want to do is I want to eliminate all the excuses possible, right? The only time somebody doesn't come and see me is when they don't like my style or my technique or my personality,
Which,
right?
like you
But
said, it's all subjective.
it's not going to be because I didn't hit the right pressure, find the right area, and work on it for the right amount of time, which is what the number one complaints are. Pressure's too much or too little. They worked on, I wanted neck work and they only worked on my neck for 30 seconds and then moved on.
Yeah.
Right? Like these type of things. But therapists are not getting proper feedback on their actual massage because people are afraid to hurt their feelings. And
Yeah.
I'm not, bro. Like if somebody asks me for feedback, bro, they're gonna get it because we've gotten such poor feedback and we cannot grow from. What do you normally hear? The flow was off. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that you hear. Oh,
No.
your flow needs some work. It was a little choppy. And that's the only feedback therapists ever get because other therapists do not actually know what makes a good massage good.
I could agree with you on that one. I actually want to touch a little more on that is that one thing I learned personally, especially being in a female dominated industry, you cannot be everyone's therapist. Not
Correct.
everybody is going to like your work. Just like, PTs and chiropractors I've been to. Some I enjoy better than others. That's just my opinion. It doesn't mean one is better than the other. You are going to find the clientele that enjoys your work. And don't be scared of that. Just take it on the chin. If somebody doesn't like your work, don't take it personally. It's a service. You're offering a service. You're not getting into a serious relationship with that person. So don't take anything offensively.
I think it's difficult for some therapists not to take it personally because it happens so much. I
It does.
literally had a therapist quit because he had two people that day. Not in my business. This is when I worked for another company. He had two people that day stop the massage early on him. And he's like, you know what, man? He's like, I'm done. I'm like, you done? You got two more massages left. He goes, I'm leaving. I'm done. And I was like, he just quit on the spot because he was just so discouraged. And that's what I want to prevent,
It's doable.
It
could happen.
is preventable. It is preventable, but that's just, the massage is another one of, that's what my point is. The massage is another one of the main reasons people aren't coming back. The thing is therapists never blame themselves for why clients aren't coming back. They always blame the client. And what I'm telling you in this course is you're never going to blame the client, ever. It's never the client's fault why they didn't come back, and it's always yours. Because that's the only way that you can actually grow and get better, is if you take full responsibility for the reason why they didn't come back. Well, maybe my massage wasn't good enough. Maybe I could have worked on their neck a little bit longer. Maybe that would have made them happier. I should have asked them one more time to rebook, in a different way. That's how you grow and get better at getting clients back in the door. And that's why I've been able to be successful, because I wasn't successful with Groupon in the beginning. I failed hard, big time, bro. I was like, this is such a waste of time.
But lesson learned, as you proceed in your career, you get more table hours. That's what we call it here, at least. You learn these things. You learn through trial and error. I don't know one massage therapist that's successful that hasn't put in the work. I really don't. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be able to take that constructive criticism, and you have to be able to interact with clients the way you want to be interacted with. And your feelings are going to get hurt. I've had 3 occasions where 15 minutes into the session, patients got up off the table and left. At that point, you can't do nothing but focus on the next patient that's coming in.
Bro, I had that about 3 months into my career, maybe 4. And I thought I was the shit, right? Like people were gassing me up. You know what I mean? Like my other classmates in school were, I walked in on them like talking about me, like, and how good I was, and then so I'm gassed up, I'm thinking, oh shit, like, damn, out of school, like I'm out here crushing it. And then this client is like she asked me for more lotion. I remember she's like, "Can you put more lotion on?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I pulled it. I didn't used to use a lot of lotion,
Yeah.
and so I put more on. And then, like, a couple minutes later, she's like, "You know what? Let's just be done." And I was like, "What?
Uh,
What?" I was
uh,
like, I was like, dude, my heart, dude. I was like, this is the shittiest feeling I've ever had in my life,
he
right? And I
wanted a
was like,
bath.
you just want to, can't you want to end the massage? She's like, yeah, I think so. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I'll wait outside for you. I try to be professional because I was crying on the inside.
Yeah.
Um, and that
And
dude,
it's a dumb, yeah.
that affected me. She's like, I just don't feel like we're connected. That was her reasoning, which was the nice way of saying, I think you suck. But um, so for the next few months, I would literally, like, I'll be joking with people, but I was serious. Like, I'd be
Yeah.
like, all right, let's go ahead and start face down. And if you hate this, just just finish. Just finish the
Yeah.
massage. Don't end it early
Yeah.
on me, okay? Because I was
What?
like, I never. That's the beginning of me. Like, even my other course, the keys to a great massage. That's the beginning of me creating that, because I
Yeah.
never wanted to feel that feeling again.
Oh man, if I could name how many times I'll put it like this. It's going back to that subjective moment. Our biggest complaint as a massage therapist is we can't work on ourselves, right?
Yeah.
We can't physically work on ourselves. I have an unpopular opinion in the fact that I know what kind of work I do, and as the person that I am, I wouldn't go to myself as a massage therapist.
That's funny.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna
I
be
wouldn't even
real,
like
bro.
my massage.
I wouldn't even like my massage, but people love it, and I love performing that massage. You see what I'm saying? So that's where that subjective aspect comes in. It's all on who's on the table, whether they like it or not. I, hand and stone massage envy, I couldn't do it. I couldn't bathe people in lotion and provided, like, I'm not going to use the word relaxation, but a relaxation massage. So you find your niche, you go out to what work you enjoy and specialize in that specifically, and that's where you place it on Groupon. Don't advertise something that you're not wanting to do. Put specifically what your niche is and what your specialty, what you would like to provide, one service, correct? And apply it to Groupon. And people that are looking for those sports massagers, not a lot of sports massage therapists out there, will come in, or a relaxation or a hot stone, whatever that is, do it. Don't be
That's
scared.
something. That's actually something I could put in the course, is screen your calls.
Yeah.
Just because somebody bought a Groupon does not mean you have to work on it, right? Like, you can
And they
turn
all,
them away as a client. I got to put that in the course. You could turn them away as a client if they're not your ideal client. When you find out you're a sports massage therapist, they purchase one of your Groupons or one of your deals, and you
mhm,
find out over the phone that they just want a relaxation massage and they don't have anything specific they want to focus on. You can say,
yeah,
look, I do sports massage, deep tissue, and I focus on specific issues. I don't really do relaxation massage. I'm sorry, we're not going to be a good fit. And then
exactly.
Groupon, they can return their Groupon offer. Like, Groupon doesn't send you the money until it's used, I don't think, anymore. So
Exactly.
um,
It's
you
easy
can,
enough.
they can return it. So you can start weeding out and getting your ideal client in the course. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
in the funnel, and by eliminating them over the phone.
You see what I'm saying? But that is where repetition comes in, because in order to interact with somebody on the phone, you have to do it multiple times. You have to keep doing it. And I'm not going to say have a script, but understand on how to answer the phone, what to say if somebody asks you a question,
Well,
sitting
you got to
there.
have a script.
Yeah, you have to have a script. It's one of
That
those things.
People think that scripts are a bad thing, like they're just this robotic thing, but they're not. The whole purpose of having a script is so that you don't have to think about what to say when the time comes. It's so
Exactly.
that it comes off smooth and flowy, and it easily comes out because you know it like that, right?
Hmm.
I mean, think about actors, dude. You watch movies all the time. They all have scripts. It's all scripted,
Yeah,
but they just rehearse it so much that it feels natural. It feels like a real conversation. It feels like a real event. We're so invested that we cry when somebody, dies in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's how
exactly.
powerful a script can be if you actually practice and use it and get those repetitions in.
It's a tool. It's a tool, so you don't sit there being tongue tied, and you're not
Uh,
gonna sound mono. Yeah,
yeah. Like, let me, you know what I mean? Like, that's the type of stuff that ruins sales.
yeah. And your confidence, like guys, although I don't know how it is down in Vegas, but everybody's wearing masks now. You can't see facial features. So the only thing you could kind of get a cue from is their words. That is it. Or the
Words and
eyebrows.
eyes.
Yeah. So be punctual. Be able to
Yeah,
say what you need to say, you know?
that's good. So what else did you learn in the course that maybe you didn't know or that you liked? Or we're gonna talk
That,
about we're gonna talk about your dislikes off camera. Don't worry about it.
yeah. What I learned is that you could actually get regular clients from Groupon. That is
Well,
one thing that surprised.
you haven't used it yet, right? Like you haven't started your campaign yet.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen in a few days. But that's one key thing is because as therapists, we want regular clients. You know, that's our bread and butter. And we don't, I don't know if it's an emotional aspect, maybe clients that don't come in regularly or come in once, we tend to think that there's something wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with you. They just, it could have been an array of things. Maybe they were out of town. Maybe it was a gift card. Maybe they don't have the funds that month. If they really need it and they really enjoy your work, they're going to come back.
I think one of the biggest jobs that we have as massage therapists is to convince people to make themselves a priority. Most people, we grow up, it's ingrained in us to put others first and put ourselves last, right? And whether that's just from watching our parents and how they move, or it's put other, be selfless is the message out there.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, and this is what I tell my clients, is it is a selfless act to be selfish. It's, you got to be selfish first before you can be selfless, because you can't give what you don't have, right? Like you can't give out your time and energy if you don't have any energy to give, you know? And so that's what I tell my clients is it's time to start making yourself a priority, because that actually makes you more willing to put others first, you know?
You don't hear that a lot. You really do not hear that a lot. And I think that that's what needs to be done in order to, proceed in your massage career.
Fortunately, it's becoming a better message. It's becoming a more prevalent message. Actually, more in the entrepreneurial space, it's becoming a better message. In regular people life, it's I think it's still, there's a lot of guilt around spending money on yourself and doing things for yourself. And I'm not talking about when I say put yourself first, that is not in order of time allowed, right? Like I'm not talking about, okay, so I'm going to put myself first. So I'm going to spend, 40 hours a week just for me, right? I'm talking about 2 hours to 4 hours a month, do something for you,
Exactly. Which is not a
two,
lot.
2 to 4 hours a month. And that doesn't even have to all be massage. That could be get a facial. That could be go play golf, whatever it is that brings you energy and vitality and renews you to make you feel like you actually can do for others. That's what I recommend. But so many people put other things in their schedule that they don't want to do and never have time for the things that they actually want to do.
So you lose touch.
You lose touch and you think about when your schedule's full of shit you don't want to do. Like, what is your life going to be like? Like, we need to learn how to say no to things that we do that do not serve us and bring us energy. I tell my friends, I'm like, hey, if you moving? I'm like, you moving? I mean, if you need any help, man, let me know. I'll help you find somebody, because I ain't doing it.
Yeah. Like, find somebody with a truck.
I'll help you find a mover. Like I'm here for you.
Well, it is true, and it's your attitude, man. It's your attitude towards when you, like I said, going back to working for somebody versus working for yourself. It's a different vibe, guys. Is anybody that's thinking about going out on their own, but they have their reservations, just do it, because the way I thought about it is I use a 5-year span rule. In 5 years, I could either still be working here, maybe get $1 or $2 raise and be unhappy, or in 5 years I could have a booming practice. Which one would I rather do? It's not the end goal that matters, it's what you do in between that span. Make it count, because none of us are getting any younger, unfortunately. And find those resources, reach out to those mentors. And A few minutes ago, you mentioned something about money, and I found that, including myself, a lot of therapists don't like talking numbers. Have you noticed that? They don't
I
talk.
mean,
They don't like talking prices. Or when they're checking somebody out,
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's very hard for them to like collect money and like ask for it.
Which I found weird, or they feel that they need to provide a discount when you go into a store and you buy a product. I mean, we're offering service, but we'll use a store, for example. You don't go to the cashier and be like, hey, do you have any discounts on this item? That price is set,
Bro, I do.
guys. You know?
I
Yeah,
do.
you do?
Yeah.
How many times does it work?
No, no, no. Finish your thought. Finish your thought. And then I'll tell you. I'll tell you what
Nah,
I
that's
did one time.
like don't be that's why I had a issue with a lot of spas that I was working at. I was not good at sales. I got better, a lot better, especially working with you. Just check them out. It's fine. Like if they ask for a discount, if you have one going, offer it. But if you don't, that full price is that full price. Don't be afraid to, show your worth and your work.
Yeah, like somebody's like, "Hey, do you have any discounts?" You can say, "Like, I don't have any right now, but we might have some specials coming up. I'm not sure what we're gonna do at the
Hmm.
moment."
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Or if they're like, "Can I
And
get a discount?" I mean, it's about attitude. So go ahead, ask me if you can get a discount,
can I get a discount?
bro. I wish I could, man. I wish I could.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it's a really
All right.
easy way to say no. I wish I could give you one, but man, I can't do that right now. But we might have some specials coming up in the next few months, and I'll definitely let you know about those.
Exactly. It's really hard with family and friends too. That's what you guys do with, your family and friends, figure out like a set price for them. Maybe you could discount that one, but with your regular patients, you don't want to continuously offer discounts. Make them available here and there, but not always.
My thing is with family and friends is if they ask for a discount, I'm giving them full price.
That's fair. I think that's very fair.
If my friend
Yeah.
if my friend is willing to pay full price, I'm gonna give my friend a discount. I might even work on my friend for free if they're willing to pay full price.
Yeah, that's true. I
I mean,
can't really.
anybody who's asking me for a discount though, I'm not doing it. Right? Like even if I did do it in that moment, I'm not working on you regularly. Even if there
That's
was
fair.
some sort of like guilty pressure on me, it messes up the energy when you're asking for something and not giving me anything in return. And
That's right.
I've had friends that ask me for it. Bro, you're my friend. Like you should give me one for free. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're my friend. You should be wanting to support my business and paying
Yeah.
full price because you want to see me succeed. That's what a friend would do.
And that's a hard pill to swallow, but unfortunately that's the truth, because
My mom, she's always, I'm your mother. You should be giving me one for free. I'm like, look, mom, the thing is, this conversation all over the place, but I'm like, the thing is when somebody's asking for something, especially if it's for free, it throws off the balance of things.
Yeah.
When I want to do charity work and I want to give something to somebody for free out of the goodness of my heart, they didn't ask for it. That there's no imbalance because I get the satisfaction of doing something good. That's what I
Yeah.
get in return. But when somebody's asking it from me, you're now taking away my opportunity to feel something good for this, and it's out of balance. So I'm not going to do it because it doesn't give me energy or make me feel good about the situation. You're just trying to take from me and not give anything back in return.
And they don't even know half the times. That's the unfortunate part.
Oh, hook me up, bro. I'm like, I don't work. This ain't a CD store, bro. Like, listen, I ain't working at freaking Walmart where I'll give you my employee discount. Like, you're talking about taking money directly out of my pocket. Like you're
Yeah.
talking, I'm not just giving you a discount, but I still get the same hourly wage,
Yeah, it's
which
not
is,
the move.
or I'm working at like a pizza shop and like, yeah, dude, I'll hook you up with a free pizza. It doesn't affect my pay at all,
But when it's your own place,
But
man,
yeah, if me giving you a free pizza means that I have to pay for that pizza, like I'm not giving you a free pizza.
yeah, no, I agree.
Unless
I
I
agree.
unless I want to do that out of the goodness of my heart because you're my boy, like, yo, and you didn't ask me. Like, those are the people I'm going to do stuff for.
Yeah, we all gotta eat, man. We all gotta eat. We gotta feed ourselves. So I agree with you on that aspect. You actually gave me some ideas because I have a few of those buddies that try to pull that card here and there.
Yeah. I mean, look, anything I've been like that on the opposite and forever. Like my friend was a rapper when I was in high school and he was freaking good. And he came out with a CD and he's like, here, you can have it. And I'm like, no, bro, here's how much is the CD? He's like, it's $10. I'm like, here's $10. Like, I'm not
There you
taking
go.
your CD. You know, like I'm gonna support your business if I'm interested in your business. Like,
Mhm.
let me clarify. If you have a business that I don't care about, like
You're not gonna do
I'm
nothing.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna come there just because you're my boy. Like
yeah,
maybe once, but if you're doing something that has nothing to do with me, like sell makeup or something, like I'm not gonna be
yeah,
buying
yeah.
makeup from you regularly.
Maybe on the anniversary date, maybe.
Yeah, for my wife maybe here and there,
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying.
yeah. No, I know exactly what you're saying, man.
So, but yeah, I mean, we have to get better around money as a whole, as an industry. It is uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me in the beginning. It's still uncomfortable for me. You know, I just raised my prices to 130. Trust me, I'll get a little feeling right here when I'm about to ask for the price.
Yeah.
But I just come out I'm like, all right, and I say, you know, for an hour and a half, it's 195. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be 195 for today. And then they just are like, okay, and they freaking leave a tip on top of that when I was just charging 120 3 months ago for an hour and a half. Like it's tough. Like I'm still working up to that, like, feeling of ease around that.
Well, you know what kind of got me out of that groove, Mike, to be honest? Working with a Cairo specifically, quite a few of them. They're so we provide like on average anywhere from 30 minutes to 90 minutes per massage, correct?
Yeah.
Now I would just see patients coming in, get an eval and a few quick pops. 5 minutes they're out and they're spending $140. And my mind is blown. I'm like, and the front desk, whoever is like, yeah, your tab will be $140, and they just whip out their card, swipe it, and be on their way. I was like, okay, this guy's just did like 5-10 minutes of work and had no hesitation on his pricing, but I'm over here tripping about charging my patient for that full hour of service. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's when I started thinking. I was like, okay, if they could do it, I could do it. There's nothing wrong with it. That's a set price, done and done. I
And
don't.
that's go
I
ahead.
haven't had an experience with a patient yet till this day that has left without paying me the what that service was listed as. Not
Yeah.
yet. Who knows what the future counts for? But no, but I don't. People that usually seek body work, they're very kind and they pay your price. So don't be afraid to ask for it. You know.
Exactly, man. And that's the thing too. When you are using Groupon, to get back to that, when you are using it, you are gonna get people in there who are just deal shoppers, who are just looking for a good deal. You know, they're probably not gonna be a lot of, regular clients. There's gonna be a lot of those people. But those
Mike,
people
I was
do
one of them.
those
I
people
was
do
one of
serve a
them. Yeah.
purpose. Yeah, those
Yeah.
people do serve a purpose in that they are filling up slow times for you. And again, we have to think about what else could come from this. They can leave reviews. They can leave, they can send referrals. They can make a social media post for you. They might
Mhm.
come back in the future. Who knows? But what we're doing is we're getting through those people and treating them like they're going to be regular customers, because you're
Mhm.
never going to treat somebody like they're not going to buy from you in the future. Like, can you imagine being treated like a discount shopper?
That's a
Can you
terrible
can
feeling.
can you imagine? And this is one of the other biggest reasons why people aren't coming back, is because they treat people who use Groupons like lesser people. Like they already have it in their mind that they're not coming back in. And so then everything that they do then makes that happen, right? The way that they treat them, the way they talk to them, the service that they provide, do they go above and beyond for what they're getting paid? Like, once you have the thought of, oh, this person's not going to come back because they just use a Groupon, then
Yeah.
you are going to create that reality, because you create what you believe, right? And so that's how you're going to start acting, and that's the mindset we need to get rid of.
Mhm.
But we're going to, even if they don't come back, there are going to be people to come back. And this is what I tell people, is like, you don't need 1,000 people to come back. You need 50.
Yeah.
You need 50 people on your schedule regularly to have a full schedule. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. And the I wanted to touch on that a little more is that with Groupon shoppers being discount shoppers, guys, before I was a massage therapist, I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I was on Groupon. I didn't have, a lot of disposable income. I went through 4 massage therapists until I found my one off of Groupon, and now I see him on a bi-weekly basis paying full price. It's been 7 years.
So
You
you're
might
already
be,
you're already a witness to that Groupon can work for somebody.
yeah, it
And
does.
you still had reservations to it before.
I, ask me why? I don't know. I really don't know. But like I said, you could be that gold star to where somebody needs to find somebody, because nobody wants to go out to multiple therapists, spend tons and tons of dollars. They want to, kind of play that feeling game. And then when they find that one, they're going to stick with you guys.
Dude, I have a client from Groupon, came in on a Groupon once. Either that day or her next appointment, she bought a 12-hour package for me at my regular price.
See?
And every single time that package expires, she buys a new 12-hour package. And my price has gone up. She's at $100 per hour now. And she's coming in for 2 to 3 hour massages every week when she's in town. So she'll do like 3 weeks in a row, 2 to 3 hours, and then she'll be gone for a little bit. Then she'll come back. And like she uses that 12-hour package in 4 visits.
What more can you ask for? Truly,
You know what
what
I'm
more
saying?
can you ask for? Well, if you, for instance, I'll use this for example. If you did not put that Groupon ad, what do you think that client would have been through the door? Do you think she would have known about you?
I don't think so. Not now, I had another client, another one of my clients, it wasn't from a Groupon, but it was from a discount ad on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
who came in off a deal on Facebook, off of a discount, paid full price on her second session, and then was my number one client for like 2 years, where she was making me herself brought in $3,000 to $4,000 a year for 2 years.
That's beautiful, man.
You know what I
See,
mean?
it works.
So like, yeah, I'm willing to give up a little bit in the beginning when I'm slow. Am I discounting right now? I'm not, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody cancels, I text people, I follow people to get it booked. If it doesn't book, then I just stay not booked and work on one of my courses,
Exactly. We
but
have those slow times, Sometimes you gotta throw them up, especially during summertime. I don't know how
dude,
it is
if
down
my
there.
whole day cancels, because I've had a lot of cancellations this last couple of weeks because of COVID, but if my whole day cancels, please believe, if I can't get somebody in at full price, I'm gonna start, hey, I have, free aromatherapy, free hot stone, or $20 off for an hour and a half, because I'll usually go higher. Like if you book an hour and a half, I'll give you $20 off,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like there's so many ways. And then, okay, now I'm making money, like, yes, at a less rate, but if I need the appointments booked and I need them booked now, because that's the key, is I want it booked right now, is I'm gonna have to offer some sort of offer to get them in. I'm not
Yeah.
freaking Apple,
We
like I don't
wish.
know, I don't know where this mindset, and I don't know where the mindset came that you never need to discount your services. The only company that doesn't discount is freaking Apple. Like, and even they do offer some deals for certain people, like teachers or whatever. But the amount of marketing that goes into their branding is insane. And plus, they came up with a brand new thing that has never happened before, which massage therapy is flooded. It's a flooded field. Maybe not now because a lot of people quit over COVID, but
Yeah,
what do you?
it's unfortunate.
It's a lot. It's a lot harder to get through the noise of an overcrowded field if you're not doing something that's really special.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing general massage, even sports massage is a crowded field.
It is.
you know
It is very much so.
so you got to do something to get through the noise. On top of that, you have people who are constantly disappointed with the service that they get from massage therapists,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to lessen my willingness to want to pay full price, because like you said, you went through 4 people where you were probably disappointed. Yes or no?
Disappointed is a hard word to use. I would say,
Were they good? Was it good? Was it awesome? You're like, I want to come back to this person.
yeah,
Obviously not.
no, No, it wasn't.
So you went through 4 of those experiences before you found the 5th one that was
Yeah.
actually good for you. And that's everybody else's experience. I have a client that moved to LA and she's been there for like 4 years, has tried like 30 different places. And she's like, I give up. I'm just going to come out to Vegas every couple of months and get a massage from you. Like, she'd rather drive 4 hours to come see me than spend any more money on finding another therapist and being disappointed again. Like,
Yeah.
that is the client experience. So no wonder they don't want to pay full price for services when they are constantly being disappointed, constantly not getting what they're expecting, constantly not feeling better after the massage is done.
For like a side note for therapists out there, do perform what you say you're gonna what you're advertising. For example, I went for a deep tissue massage and I got 30 minutes of Reiki on my right leg. Energy work, no touch, no nothing. Man, was I pissed. And he asked me if I felt better. Of course. I was like, yeah, I felt great. Don't want to hurt no feelings. Maybe that was a mistake. But do what you say you're gonna do, perform the services that you like to do. And yeah, at the beginning of your career, you're probably gonna do a cookie cutter massage. I was a person that did it too. Veer out of that, learn new modalities, offer those modalities. There's tons and tons of room to expand. Chair massage. We learned we probably did 2 days of chair massage and never used it again in school. I'm doing it twice a week now. You get
Yeah.
better at it. That's something that's portable. If you want to do like a portable massage company, or if you want to do house calls, that's at your disposal. But say that you're doing chair massage. Don't say you're going to be doing, this, and this, and not perform it. Because that's what patients get disappointed by, is when they have an expectation and it's not met.
Or exceeded.
Or yeah, exactly.
A really good key there would be to tell them what you're going to do and then over deliver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But also be
You know?
respectful of their time. You want to end on time and then start on time.
One of the things I
No.
do is I have to reset client expectations. I constantly reset client expectations on what's realistically going to happen today. I don't overpromise and underdeliver. Right? I'm not going to call it underpromising, but I make what I think is possible and then see if I can beat that. Right?
Yeah.
One of the questions I ask clients is, are you expecting a miracle today? And they usually laugh and they're like, no. I know it's going to take a few sessions to get rid of this. I'm like, okay, good. Now that you actually are in that mindset, because yes, most clients are expecting a miracle. They want to get one massage and they want this to go away.
It works.
And that almost never happens. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if I can make that happen, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like I look freaking good and they're definitely coming back. But if I can just reset their expectations to I want to just make a little bit of improvement consistently,
And that's baby steps, because those pains, those aches and pains and whatever troubles they're dealing with, unless they were in a really serious accident, it's not likely that happened overnight. So massage is not going to cure overnight. It's going to be a duration of time that's going to allow them to heal and to feel that there's a productivity with your work. And I even say on my website, like, I may not be able to help you cure it, but I could sure as hell help you manage it. That's what I go by. I'm not no miracle worker, but I could help you with that pain,
Well, you're in a unique position as well, because I don't believe most things can be solved with massage therapy, right? Like
No.
most of the issues that people have, in my opinion, are due to weakness. Yes, there's tightness and things need to be loosened up, most commonly the pecs, but we have to combine that with strengthening the upper back and strengthening the muscles that are the opposite of that as well.
Yeah.
In my opinion, most pain comes from weakness. Not all, but most. That's my opinion.
I found that out because there are a few. Because I don't know if I told you, Mike, but I used to personal train myself before I got into massage therapy. And I nickname a lot of the personal trainers personal strainers, because they're sending them directly to me, They're putting.
Hold on one second.
All right, you're good.
But yeah, I remember that you are a personal trainer. That's why I say you have a unique advantage.
Yeah, so you
Because
cater on.
you can give out that workout advice with knowledge.
Yeah,
Most therapists might give some stretch recommendations and stuff like that, but I've solved most of my pain through strengthening.
it helps a lot. It helps a lot because a weak and underactivated muscle is going to recruit, those synergists, and that's where knots and tension start to develop. And this
But
is
then
over time.
you have the opposite of that as well, where people overwork. They
Hmm.
overdo it in the gym and cause pain and continue to re-injure themselves, where it's like this chronic thing. Every time I work out my upper back, I'm in so much pain. I'm like, yeah, because you just destroyed your upper back. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, your biggest tool is self-care and obviously sleep, which I don't think a lot of people get enough of. Unfortunately, that is the only time your body truly recovers, is while you're rest.
Perfect. So you're going to start this Groupon. I'm
Yep.
really excited to hear your results. And honestly, man, you better get results. Don't make me look bad.
No, it's coming. Come on. It's
Don't make me
coming,
look
man.
bad, Ali. Okay.
It's coming.
I expect results. You understand?
Oh, it's coming, man. I'm telling
Just
you.
like I say in the course, this stuff does not work if you don't actually put it into practice. But I do believe that you're going to put it into practice.
We're gonna get
I
it up and
honestly
started.
just from talking to you, I don't think there's any way you're not going to have success with this, and even with any other discount strategy that you have or strategy to get clients in the door.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what. That's one of the things I want to say for people, and I talk about this in the course as well. Is it doesn't matter how you get clients in the door, it's going to cost something. There's always a cost to getting clients in the door, whether it's time, it's money, or it's money for like discounting, like with Groupon. So with Facebook, there's
Absolutely.
still a cost to that. With chair massage, there's a cost of time and sometimes even money. I might have to pay to be at an event and then do my time and actually do the chair massage. But that's a great option when you're slow and busy in the beginning.
Exactly. Can I put a
So
side note for the viewers?
yeah,
I wanted to say that if you're hesitant or you're having difficulties doing something, find somebody. Like, I'm in Seattle, Michael's in Vegas. Find somebody that's doing what you want to do and ask questions. Reach out. The worst thing they could do is leave you on red. Right, Mike? You could have just left me on red and be like, this guy's a weirdo. But from then on, you build a relationship, ask questions, and you learn. And take what you learn and apply it to your business. And it will work. Be headstrong. Just do it. Some things you're going to learn through trial and error. That's where you have somebody to help you out.
absolutely. Let me ask you something, because one in my experience with massage, just watching, what therapists do, is they're not very willing to invest in themselves. Like, I mean, you say you're looking for a business coach, but I mean, it wasn't hard for me to tell you that my chair massage course was $199. I mean, you bought it that day, no problem. Even though you're not that busy yet in your practice. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what makes you so willing to invest in yourself like that? Because most therapists are like $199. Like, no way, that's way too much.
Bigger picture. You have your set skills and your toolbox. You want to fill that toolbox. If you have that, Mike, I'm gonna be honest. One time going out with my wife at dinner, that's 150, 170 bucks there. And I don't bat an eye. So why wouldn't I utilize that money for something that's gonna build me more business via your course and go out to more dinners? Think about it. It's a one-time buy. Why would you not spend it? If somebody could, I'm not gonna use the word guarantee, but if they could offer you something that, I'm gonna use the word, will work, why wouldn't you buy it? It just is plain Jane. It's as simple as that. And yeah, I don't have tons of money to throw everywhere, but it's better than throwing, ads and spending money in different areas rather than investing it in my business.
Yeah, man. I was looking at this email. There's this email service that was $37. It was $37 for 52 pre-made emails for massage therapists. There's an ad I saw on Facebook, and I'm like, it's $37. I'm like, I'm buying this right now. Like, didn't even look into it, you know, didn't even look
Yeah.
into it. I just bought it. And then I'm looking in the I'm like, $37 for 52 emails. I don't even care if these suck. Like, that's so cheap. And in the comments, you hear therapist after therapist after therapist. Can you send me an example? I want to see a sample. Like, has anybody seen that this worked for them? I'm like, dude, it's 52 emails with no thought. You know, like, it was a template. So there's a couple of things that you need to add in there and everything. And I'm like, dude, I can't believe how many people are barking at a $37 price. With the chair massage course. So you got the chair massage course, you got the Groupon course. Do you think that these courses were worth the $199 that you paid for them each?
I think personally they should be more expensive than what you're actually giving them out for.
I mean, you can always give me more money. No, I'm just playing. I'll just play.
Send me the Venmo.
I'll just play.
I'll tell you why. I've been deep down in the webs, forums, you name it, Facebook pages. You cannot find these courses. They're not there. And if you do, it's usually some Joe Schmo that, you know, that's just selling these ridiculous courses for $1,000, $1,500, and, you know, this and that. The one-time buy, it either works for you or it doesn't. That's the deal. You know, where can you find it? Have you found any personally?
For like the chair massage, how to have success with that, the Groupon Success.
Mm-hmm.
No, there was one guy before who was putting out a lot of great information around Groupon, but never. I think he might have put something together for free for people, but that's it. That's it. I had a free version of this before as well, but what I did was I added way more into it, because the free version was 9 videos before. It was just really quick, simple stuff, but I wanted to make it a lot more robust with a lot better information, a lot more detail on how to make this a success. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no, it's money well spent, in my opinion. Like, I don't have any buyer's remorse or anything.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much. Stay on the call. I'm going to stop the recording, but thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your feedback, bro. Have a great day.
Of course. You too.